Hi my loves, welcome to the mat. My name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch. This is Ro, or Roanoke, my very naughty black cat. And thank you for joining us both today apparently on the mat for a gorgeous, delicious, nourishing, healing, all the good vibes, 20-minute calming yoga flow. So this is this is one of these days I'm gonna get through an entire introduction without mixing up my words. This is the ideal flow to practice maybe when you've finished work or if you've had a stressful day or the last thing before you go to bed at night. It's going to be very minimal movement, some really delicious stretches, opening up the heart, opening up the hips, and of course the spine. So when you're ready, you're going to grab yourself something comfortable to put on, get yourself a little gorgeous space to practice in, maybe light some candles, shut the door, get rid of the kids, get rid of the animals, and when you're ready, I will meet you back here so we can get started. Okay, so to get started, you're going to come to lie all the way on your back. So taking those arms overhead, giving yourself a beautiful full body stretch, pulling your belly button in and up those ribs. Before you relax the arms down by your side, you're going to bend those knees so the knees come to touch, walking the feet to the outside of your mat. As we take a deep inhale through the nose. And a slow sigh all the way out. So just beginning this calming flow with a few moments of grounding, a few moments of stillness as we scan the body from the crown of the head all the way to the tops of the toes, checking how we're feeling, both physically and emotionally today. If you can recognize any areas of stress, any areas of tension, maybe if your mind is feeling cluttered or overwhelmed with worry or stress. Taking a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling before we inhale once more through the nose. And exhale with a sigh all the way back out, getting a little bit more comfortable into the mat. And from here, if it feels comfortable with those knees together, feet to the outside of the mat, maybe you choose to stay here. Or if you'd like to bring the bottom of the feet together, begin to open the knees. As you allow them to fall into your butterfly legs, you're welcome to do so, giving yourselves a couple of shuffles from side to side to get comfortable here. Tuning in to how you're feeling, tuning in to what your body is craving. And before we go any further into this flow, I would just like you to take a moment to be proud of yourselves for stepping onto the mat today, for dedicating 20 minutes of your time to you and your well-being. Maybe you've stepped on the mat today a little bit stressed or overwhelmed. That's okay. Just be proud of yourselves for coming here in the first place. After all, it is the hardest thing to do, most especially when we don't feel up for it. So giving ourselves 2 more breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then from here, if those legs were butterfly legs, we inhale to bring them together and then bend both knees into the chest, hug them nice and close, maybe taking a few rocks from side to side. Before we keep hugging the left knee nice and close to us, we allow the right leg to relax on the mat. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, right hand's going to come to this left knee and guide it all the way across the body, coming into your spinal twist. Now the aim here is not to get that knee to the floor, the aim is to keep both shoulders on the mat. If you'd like to intensify the stretch, then with this left arm, you're going to bend it at the elbow and move to your cactus arms. One of my favourite twists to ease any tension that's sitting in the spine and also to explore the spaces in your body. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Every time you exhale, maybe you're able to move that knee a little bit closer to the mat, but keep the left shoulder down. With control on your next inhale, you draw both knees to the chest. Keep hugging the right knee in close. Allow the left to relax down. We inhale to pull this knee close to the chest. Exhale, left hand takes hold of the right knee and we make this twist to the other side, so guide it across the body. Making sure we keep that right shoulder to the mat. If you'd like to intensify it, then bend the right elbow, move to that cactus arm. Inhale, both knees come back into the center, lifting the shoulders, lifting the head, giving yourself a little squeeze here, a little bit of self-love. Before we take the legs to the sky, cross the ankles, and with one rock, we bring ourselves in to a seated position on the mat, but we're going to keep these legs extended, move on to the sit bones, and keeping the skin behind those knees nice and soft, we inhale, take the arms nice and high to the sky, and on your exhale, we forward fold to our caterpillar pose. Now, we don't want to force the body to find the toe, so don't force yourself like this. It doesn't do any good for you. You want to roll back the shoulders, maybe the hands find the thighs, the calf muscles, or even the ankles. Wherever you find, we inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, move a little bit closer. Aiming to stay here, 5 breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. We're looking to calm the mind tonight, so working with the body, not against it. Whenever we come to deep stretches in yoga, you don't want to push yourself so far past the point of comfortableness. We want to keep it in tune with the energy that we're feeling. Some days you're able to go deeper than the others, but we never want to push our body to a point of pain or a point of injury. So always tune into your energy, listen to how you feel. Staying here, 3 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. Before we inhale, my darlings, gaze at the big toes. Exhale to roll the body all the way up. And then we cross the ankles, roll over the knees, or swing the legs to the side. And straight away from here, we're going to move to our melting heart pose. So if this isn't available for you today, maybe it's a bit too sore for the lumbar spine or the shoulders, then simply drop back to child's pose. But if you feel comfortable, then from here, keeping these hip bones stacked directly on top of the knees, you're going to begin to slide the arms forward, bringing the forehead into the mat. If you start to feel those hips slide forward, push them back. Keep your alignment here. Maybe if you have more space, you're welcome to move onto the chin to gaze forward. But we're going to aim to stay here for 10 breaths, so a super deep pose. If at any point it gets too much, then please come back into child's pose. Keep that breath nice and steady. 5 more inhales and 5 more exhales here. And then with control from here, if you're in your melting heart pose, very slowly, you push into the hands to slide the hips back to the heels, and we move these arms so they're down by our side. Curve those shoulders over. Forehead comes nice and low. If you fancy a wrist stretch, then tuck them underneath the ankles, but kind of create like a little ball here. A space of safety, a space of peace. And if that forehead is to the mat, maybe you begin to roll it from side to side, massaging that gorgeous space between the eyebrows, the space where the third eye chakra is found. This is especially gorgeous massage movement if you've come to the mat today feeling overwhelmed or a little bit worried. So keep it moving from left to right. Before we bring our child pose back to stillness, and from here we're going to sweep those arms all the way forward, taking a deep inhale through the nose. On your exhale, walk those hands over to the right hand side of your mat. Inhale, move into the center. Exhale, take it over to the left hand side. Inhale back into the center, press into those hands to roll yourself first into a tabletop. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees to touch and we're going to step the left foot between the thumbs. Keep the hands nice and flat to the mat. Let's start to stretch out these hamstrings a little bit more. We lift the front toes up and begin to move backwards. Maybe you're able to come all the way down, or you can keep those hip bones lifted with a slight bend in the knee, depending how you're feeling. But not forcing the body to go any further than you like. Feeling that stretch down the back of the left leg. If you are new to the mat today with me, you met Roanoke, my black cat, in the beginning. This is Luna, the resident yogi dog, who always chooses a calming yoga flow to bring her toys out and join me. Not staying in this half split too long, my loves. We inhale. Exhale, toes come back to the mat. Right hand stays down. We inhale to lift the left arm to the sky. And then let's begin to take some gorgeous movements. So creating a circle, opening up the shoulder. We move it in one direction. We move and take it in the other. Beautiful. Before left hand comes back to the mat, bring both knees to touch. This time we step the right foot all the way forwards, lift those toes and find our way to our half split. Again, maybe you feel like you have more room on this side, so you can sit a little bit lower, forward fold, a little bit closer to that extended leg, or you can have a slight bend in the knee and find those hips a bit higher. Tune into your body. Remember, we modify the pose to suit the body. We don't modify the body to suit the pose. Giving ourselves 5 breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring these toes back into the mat. Left hand stays down, right hand comes to the sky. And we reverse and take these arm circles on the other side. So beautiful movements. Maybe hearing some clicks, some cracks. Maybe feeling a little bit of tightness in the shoulders as we roll it in one direction. And as we move and take it in the other. From here, both knees come back to touch, and you might choose to come back into hero's pose, so sitting back on the heels, roll the shoulder back, hands come to the lap, or you can come into a cross-legged seating position or extend all the way. If none of these seated positions work for you today, then come to lie all the way flat. But just finishing this flow off with a little bit mini meditation. So meditative Shavasana today, my darlings, as it's just a quick 20-minute flow to find a bit of peace in the mind, a bit of calmness through the body. So we're going to work with our breath here, using the power of 3. We're going to inhale through the nose, hold for 3 seconds and exhale all the way out, taking this 3 times. When you're ready, we roll back the shoulders, flip those palms up towards the sky, starting to draw in the healing energy of the sun, of the stars and of the moon. Take an inhale, take an exhale. And then we inhale all the way through the nose. Hold at the top for 1, for 2, for 3. Exhale all the way out. Inhale. Hold at the top for 1, for 2, for 3. Let it go all the way back out. Final time, we inhale through the nose, filling the lungs, filling the belly, holding at the top for 1, for 2, and for 3. Let it go all the way back out. Before we resume this normal breath, and taking away from the mat, you're going to take away a sense of peace, a sense of stillness, a sense of calm radiating through your body, like the warm, soft glow of a candle beginning in that stomach, radiating all the way through the arms, the legs, the heart, all the way up to the crown of the head, feeling warm, feeling at peace with yourselves, and feeling balanced body, breath, and soul. And closing today's class with one hand on the heart, another on top. We inhale through the nose. On your exhale, bow low here. Giving thanks to yourself for dedicating 20 minutes to you and your well-being. Giving thanks to others who have joined us today on the mat as a collective coven. And as always, from me to you, thanking you for trusting me with your practice and for giving me the honour of joining you on the mat. And from here, I hope you remain inspired by the power of yoga and the power of you every day, sending love, sending magic. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat again soon.